What's good? What's good? What's good? This your girl Champagne, Miss Jersey Champagne, Champizzle, Champagne, whatever you want to call me. I know I'm getting on people's nerves out there talking about the Knicks. Women, we've been in sports from day one. A lot of guys come at you hard online because you have an opinion or you're sharing a thought, but that don't bother me because I know enough stuff to handle it. I've been in male-dominated fields for years, but this is not a male-dominated field in 2026. It's just sports. We're fans of the game. Some of us diehard Knick fans, some of us just fans. There's a difference between being a diehard Knick fan and a fan because a lot of y'all just get on the line and help people get paid talking trash, but you're not talking about your lovable, beloved Knicks because the way you always talking about the players. It's a shame what you say about some of the players. It's really a shame how you dogging like towns, all you hood rats. It's not but hood rats coming on here degrading towns. This is one of the members of your team. You want to analyze his game, go ahead. But to call him clown and zesty, you're not a fan. You goofy. You're the clown. That's why certain shows I unsubscribe. I don't even listen to them because they goofy. I listen to educated exchange about the diehard Knicks. They keep saying we're the most educated fans in the world. You have three states. You have New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. If you're being an educated person, if being silly, to be silly somewhere else. There's always a channel for you who gonna go for that. Because I hear some of the podcasters, you're real ignorant, man. Excuse me, pardon me. Drinking water. A lot of you just so disrespectful about our beloved Knicks. You know what I mean? And you can be what you want to be. This America, but you see it's changing, right? It's a democracy, but you see it's changing because you don't fight back. You fight for the wrong cause. Now back to the Knicks. The Knicks right now are 25 and 14. 25 and 14. Now the Celtics are 24 and 15. Okay, they just lost. And then you have Pistons 28 and 10. It's going to fluctuate up and down. It's only about 20 for 30, what, 25, 39 games in. It's 39 games. We're not even 40 games in. Maybe the West Coast have about 40 games. It's an 82 season game. Yeah, we got to keep winning now. We can't start losing. See, the goal is to be in the top eight, 1 to 8, so you could get inside the playoffs. Can you get in the playoffs if you're below 8? Yeah, if you have a what you call those games, a wild card game or something like that. Who wants to play that? As long as they're in the 1 to 8, they good. They always been in the top three since we started. Why are we so negative about our team? Oh, they don't play right. Yeah, some games they didn't come right. Then you got mad because the 4 straight losses. Listen, we easily could have won at least 2 of those games. But don't forget we had a lot of injuries. Oh, next man up. We don't have a next man. We have some flashes of a next man. You know. Hi, how you doing? What's good, Zach? We have flashes of a next man, but we don't have a true next man. That's why, to me, sharing my diehard Nick thought, I'm a Nick fan thought, is we need a big. We need 2 bigs to help out Robinson because if Robinson is one of the elite offensive board rebound and defenders, and he's not able to get on the floor because of ankle and management, fine. That's how they accept him. They say he's gonna be part of that, you know. And I could say this: I love Robinson. That's my guy, but he walks like a 90-year-old man. So if we love him, he's our beloved, and we doing business. Okay, this is you part time. So we got to get another person to probably be part time or full time. So when he's not around, suppose we're in the playoffs and he can't get on at all. We jerked. That's why we need another big man. Yeah, we have Jameson. I like him, but he's still kind of like he play like he's in a G League type. But if you give him some time, he probably grow. But your time is not to actually grow on the court only. Only. Yeah, you get better by playing in the real scenarios, but we don't have time for that. That was for the beginning. Like when Coach Brown was putting him in the beginning, give him a chance. That's it. We heading towards the middle now. It's time to get busy, in my opinion. And then you have what's his name? Huck Porty. I like his play, his hustle, but he don't have the mental yet for pro. I be watching him. He looks so confused out there. But I love his game. I don't want to get rid of these guys. The only guy I will pass on right now is Didier and Yabasabi. Because they got rid of the other guy I couldn't stand. I'm like, what is this person on the bench taking a spot? Tristan, they got rid of him. Thank God he's so, y'all calling town soft. He was soft. So I'm on the court, that's why they say you soft. Now, once we can get us a real defender, we need two foreign defenders from overseas. Those boys can block and they hustle. Don't get the ones who just could shoot. Get the ones who could defend. Because when we lost Hardenstein, we was in trouble. Hi, what country? I'm in the United States. How you doing? I'm in the U.S. How you doing? Where you from? Yeah, Knicks are the best. I agree. You're absolutely right. We're the best. All we need is to tweak what we're doing. We have a great offense. We got a new coach. He's not new to the pro. He's a talented coach with accolades. You in Canada? I got a DJ friend in Canada. I got a DJ friend and one guy right for my magazine, Recognized Magazine. He's from Canada. No, one is from Canada and the other one's, yeah, Montreal, Canada. They both write in the magazine. One is a DJ. Then I got one in Germany. I'm just saying, it's Knicks fans all over the world. And we have to give a better effort every game. But we have to add pieces. Let's be honest. We don't have to call the players' names and clown them and get on our podcast and degrade them. How we call the best fans when we so nasty? So once they lose a game, oh, they suck. Oh, they suck. That's why nobody like to come play in our town. You know what I mean? For our team. Because they said we're the worst market in the biggest market outside of LA and maybe now in Atlanta and Louisiana, some place like that. But I know it's New York and LA, and there's some other places growing, Atlanta growing. And I said to myself, if we're the most educated fans, why are we so nasty? Why are we acting like we don't know that we need help? Oh, Towns still play defense. He didn't play defense for 10 years. That's not his game. He got subliminal defense because the rest will foul him out. He could touch somebody, foul. He don't even have to be fouling them. hmm Do you like anyone besides the Knicks? Well, I'm a diehard Knicks fan. Yeah, I like the Nets. I'm a home girl. I like all my home teams, even if they losing. I like my home teams. But this I'm talking about the Knicks, and because we have a game tomorrow, we need to win it. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, but I support all the teams from the tri-state because that's what we grew up on, supporting our team. There's some people who don't support their team because they suck or whatever. That's okay. I'm loyal, but the Knicks, we have to get big in the back. I'm talking 6'11", 7'2". We can't bring no more shorties in here. We could bring them when the draft comes. We can't bring no. They said bring Alvarez. Listen, he's a dog, but he's six. He's six. What? He's 6'0". I'm sure he can make a difference. But we got two difference makers. We have JB and Tyler and Deuce. We don't need no more short guys. That's our problem. We need big guys who could bang the boards. What y'all think? Come on, talk to me. Um, I just feel as though we've been dealing with this topic for so long. That's why we keep losing. Yeah, we went to the finals, but we lost because we didn't have our juice on the bench. We need juice. We need defenders. We need our team. You know what I mean? Those teams in the West, they packed. The whole bench is tall guys who's athletic and they could ball. We from the tri-state where it all started. And we don't go to Rutgers and get no players. We don't go to West 4th Street and get no players. We don't go to Jersey. We don't go to Connecticut where all the ballers come to play. We don't get them no more. We just getting them out of college. Listen, we got to get some free agency. We got to get them from the courts. People who live and sleep and eat this. Because these guys from the college, they all right. But some of them, they are soft. They not ballers. They just players. So when you call your players on the Knicks disrespectful names out their agenda or they can't play, that's your opinion. But don't disrespect them. Remember, they got family watching. And you don't care, well, then we don't care about you. RJ Barrett, he was cool. I think he's doing well in Canada right now. He was good for for the Knicks, but he was stiff. I think he was scared of the New York market because that was his first time. See, the New York market is grimy. They curse you out, make you feel real bad. I'm glad he's in his hometown, Canada, where he get treated with dignity and respect. I think that's why he's flourishing, because he was a good dude, but he wasn't street. New York needs some street dudes. They don't have they too nice. We need some like heart is tough. We need some tough guys. Do you think RJ Barrett is a good trade? Yes. It was time for him to go. He been there and we got what we got for him. And he didn't play defense. He played a little bit. Once in a while you see him block a shot. See, the Knicks need some defenders that tall. If he was gonna be on the Knicks, you would need him to play defense that big and that powerful, because he could shoot. He got an outside game. He got a little bit inside game, but I think he got better since went to Canada, and that's what he needed for his growth and his value. He'll get more money like that, because Knicks, they'll throw you in the garbage if you're not doing nothing. The fans will throw you in the garbage first. If you're not coming to ball every game for 48 minutes, the fans gonna throw you in the trash. That's why a lot of people don't come here. hmm Who would be a good fit for them for the Knicks? Some people said Sadiq Bey. I mean, to me, he's good for shooting. He's only what? Sadiq Bey is what, 6'5" or 6'4"? To me, that's still not tall enough. Because I'm cool with our offense. I just need some defense. I need somebody 6'11" and taller, but strong and athletic. I'm watching all these teams with these young boys who can ball. They slam from the left. They slam from the right. They be woo woo pow knocking blockers. We need some of that. That's why I think the Knicks fan is upset at Towns, because they want Towns to do what the other young boys doing. Towns like 27, 28, something like that. That's not his thing. He may dunk here and there. He got some sweet passes, but he also comes with flaws like just any other. Look at Robinson. He can't make a foul shot, so he's a liability in the fourth quarter in the playoffs, because they're gonna do hack a Mitch. So you need a backup now. Don't wait till the playoffs come and they foul him and he can't make a foul shot. We got to use our brain now. I don't understand the Knicks. We keep doing the same stuff over and over like it's gonna change. Um, who would be a good fit? Yeah, I think I answered that, but my opinion. Um, Let me go through this. Who would be a good fit? Um, we got some people on the Spurs. What's their brother name on the Spurs? Let me see the Spurs roster. Let me look this up. The Spurs roster. It's a few fits, but they have to be tall and they could ball and they could defend and they athletic. I'm just tired of getting tall guys who don't have a clue on the court. Like Jameson, he's tall, but it's like, yo, he ain't got a clue what's going on. Huck Party, he be like missing stuff. He always tired. I'm like, yo, we need ballers. Like, why we keep bringing in, the fourth round crew? It's like they from the fourth round of drafts. I need first and second round type of players, because usually the first and second round they can be developed. When you get third and fourth round, you in trouble. You know what I mean? You might find a jewel in there. Okay, you said what? Yeah, what up, Champagne? What's up? How you doing? What's good, Harry? Harry Pay. Better defense, that part. Listen, in any sport, if there's no defense, it's no championship. We can play offense all we want, but if we master defense to match the crew that only do our offense, we give ourselves a chance to win. And Knicks keep having the same problem year after year after year after year. No defense. We get Mr. Block one time. He get 12 rebounds. Oh, he's elite. Elite? You taller than everybody. You should be getting a rebound. Like when they talk about Wimby. Oh, he gonna be the best player and best. He's 7'2", 7'3", 7'5". No, what, 7'5"? The basket only about 10 feet. He's supposed to get the rebound and smack everybody ball. Like we got something wrong with us in America. We praise people who's right next to the basket. He right next to the basket. He don't get no brownie points for that. You get brownie points when you win. You got to win in this league to get respect. And we just won the cup. And see, if we had lost the cup, we would have been the laughing stock of the industry, of the NBA. But being that we won it, oh, don't hang the banner. We want the big one. The ego kicks in. We have so much ego to not have nothing. It's a shame. I love tournaments. I enjoyed the cup. And it should be a place somewhere in the garden where you can put the cup banner. You don't have to hang it up high because that's not the NBA championship. But you go in some schools, high schools and colleges, you walk in, you have a glass window behind, you have your banners and trophies. Why not have that when they walking in the garden? 10 years from now, you want to forget we got the cup? Because 10 years from now, the cup's going to be a major league. A major league. But see, our egos in the tri-state is unbearing. Oh, F the banner. Why? We was happy when we won. And someone else is sponsoring it, using their money, and you're going to say F it? They should make it mandatory you hang it up somewhere in the building where the fans can see it. How you going to dismiss something that's new? It's the third year. Every team hung it, but the Knicks, see, once again, are nasty egos. We better than that. How we better than that when we haven't won nothing since 1973? And we walk around like we've been winning chips. We win. The only thing we got is potato chips and a cup. We could drink out of that. You know what I'm saying? With the chips. If we want to win, we got to turn our mentality around and get some defenders. Because we got offense. Even when Melo was here, that's offense, no defense. Okay, we should have got some defensive players to play with him, who was ballers. Look at Jordan. He didn't win because he was the best defender, even though he knew how to play defense. You have Rodman, Pippen, all of them. We need defense who could stay on the floor. And Robinson, I tell you, for him to be that young, he walks like an old man. When I see him walk, I be like, he always looked like he just got out of the hospital bed. And I love the brother. I watch him online with his big old country stuff. That's big country right there. But we doing business. He getting paid to do a job. And if it's part-time, then say it. And they said it. So let's go do what we have to do as a team. Go get some defenders. Oh, get Sadiq Bey. He's good. They see Sadiq Bey play one good game. Our emotional fan base. Get him. Sadiq just came back with our Achilles or something. He just came back from injury. We never investigate stuff. We just go emotional. Oh, he beat us. He scored like 22 points in the first quarter. And we need defense. How many blocks did he have? We got offense. Any one of our offense guys can get hot any night. If you don't have one guy, the other guy, the other guy, other guy, other guy. You know what I'm saying? We need defense. And any questions? Ask me some questions. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's on the live with me. I appreciate you, the diehard Knick fans. This is your girl, Ms.Champagne, straight out of Jersey. Spent most of my time in New York all my life, but I was born in New Jersey, and so New York and New Jersey raised me. Jersey and New York raised me. So that's why I'm a Knick fan. I've been a Knick fan since like the late 70s, and I think the 80s and 90s. I've been to a lot of games. I met Charles Oakley. We was good friends because they used to park right there when you come out the garden. So all of us used to be at the side talking to all the players. It was Mark Jackson back then. I will always be in debt with Patrick Ewing. He was very nice to my family. A lot of kids was out there with the NBA cards. They was getting them to sign it, but most other players didn't want to sign it because they make money. I had no problem people making money. Like, cut it out. I met a lot of players, and it was pretty cool. The only player gave me a hard time was Mark Jackson. He was I met him 4 times, and he wasn't somebody who was approachable. I mean, I even commentated a basketball game with his mom and Shaquille O'Neal mom at a college, and Shaquille mom was super cool. God bless her soul. And Mark Jackson mom was super cool. She was strong, but Mark, it's like you can, he don't like talking to you if he don't know you. And I said, that's why he's not a coach in the league. He keeps saying he didn't do nothing wrong. I met him 4 times, and each time in different places, it's like he didn't want to talk to me. And I met Van Gundy walking up the Garden Steps to go to the NBA draft. Jeff Van Gundy spoke to me like we grew up together. He didn't know me, but he talked to me like we was cool. You know, you know what I'm saying? So it was just people are different. And what I picked up with Mark Jackson, Action Jackson, is what the players probably saw. He's very, I consider him distance, and he need to humble himself. He keeps saying he did nothing wrong. You moody. Nobody want to be around your moody behind, and that's why this is a new era. It's the new media. We have control of our own media now on these podcasts and these internets until they close them down, and that's why Coach Brown is one of the favorite coaches. He listened to you. He got an approach. You can approach him, and if he's wrong, he gonna apologize and then make some adjustment. So I hear a lot of negative on Coach Brown from the silly fans, but not the true fans, because the diehard fans, they know how to be analytical about the game. They know how to be analytical about what's going on. But the new fake fans who just like basketball, but they don't understand the inside, they are the ones that's ruining the internet, experience. He's a clown. Look at him. Well, Town's a clown. He wears a 20 size feet. He's 7 foot tall. He's a 7 footer. Why are we talking to this clown fan on his thread? Because it's a public forum. So I go to channels that talks more, diehard fan analytical way, who look at stats. You know what I mean? Like now, I'm looking at stats right now for the Knicks. We 3.5 games behind the Pistons. You know, we've been doing pretty good, and yet they keep losing. Piston lost 10 games. Celtics lost 15. Number 4 spot Raptors lost 17. The Raptors haven't been that place since Kawhi Leonard was there. And then you got the 76 16 games behind. They beat us, and then you go on the internet that night or the next day and you hear our own fans and podcasts. Oh, the Knicks suck. They ain't nothing. They got whipped. But they still in front of the 76ers. By how many games? Let me see. By 6 games. By 6 games, and you still degrade your own team. There's nothing wrong pointing out stuff so we can get better. Oh, we didn't play a good game because this person. But to keep blaming Towns when you got all these people on the court, JB, he ruined a possibility for us to tie a game. 2 turnovers down the end. I didn't hear y'all dogging him. Oh, no, well, he missed the clutch. See what I'm saying? If you watch the games for years since JB been here, he has a problem with dribbling into double coverage. He don't get the ball out quick enough when 2 people come to he holds the ball and now 2 people here and he's looking for people to throw to. When you see them approach you, you're supposed to get the ball out of your hand right away. ASAP. But his brain is slow because he loves holding that ball. And that's why a lot of games we could have won, we lost because JB is pounding the ball too long. And then we also got to get the players to come to him to get the ball. That's why, like Coach Brown, he put Tyler in it, another point guard ball handler, to help him. And that's what he needs because Jay Breen, Mr. Clutch, he has issues with tight coverage and teams that play them defense. That's why all the teams who won the last few games with tight defense, because they know Jalen and the Knicks are not prepared to play with hovering defense. That's what the Pacers did to us last year. They was all up in our face, hitting on us. The ref wasn't calling the fouls. And you get mad because you're not getting the fouls. Well, hit them back. Go back and cover them up. Take the ball. We got the same opportunity to hover them when they get the ball. But we so busy worrying about a foul. You got Hart, JB, Mr. Clutch, and Towns always arguing for a foul. That's why they're not the greatest player. If they leave a ref alone, you can have a sensible like what I do so the ref can explain what you did. But Towns, every time he go up, foul! If you look back at his career for 10 years, he's been doing the same thing. And his father would be sitting in a stand, and his father's a coach, and they never change it. You know how many coaches told Towns to stop? Now that I can see you getting on him about. And then when he silly fouls, no, all his fouls are not silly. The silly fouls are the one where he purposely bump into someone. You just mess it up for your team. Or the one where he hooks somebody up. That's silly foul. A regular foul, everybody gets them. Jay-Z, was it who fouled that the other day? You so many people foul out the game and get fouls, but you look on these podcasts, they don't even talk about them. So that's what irritates me. I'm not 100% Towns fans. I'm 100% stop just degrading your own team. That's my issue. I don't have a problem you critiquing our players. I got a problem you degrading them online, where you know if it's no deletion online. Don't do that to your own fan base, because you got people all over the world, watching us, the tri-state, degrade our own fans. We are like we on weed or something or some dope. Yeah, that as soon as they come on, Towns, because they need clicks so they could get a check in their mind. Excuse me, my bottle of water. Where I put it? Oh, right there. And like I said, it's about being respectful to your own teammate. If you go on other people's pages, podcasts, when they talk about the team, read some of the thread. They don't talk about their team with hate. They may talk about the game and the coach and the plays and stuff like that. And then you get your knucklehead fans may come in there, the bots, and try to turn it in a different direction. But if you have a good podcast, sports podcast, or any type of podcast, especially about your team, you don't have to degrade your team to get numbers and get a check. You could talk an honest show and get a nice following because they just want to hear about the team, like the post, like ESPN and they do posts, but they don't do it the way you want it. So you go to your favorite, underground, new media posts. Like, you get the ones who's on ESPN, call us podcaster. Oh, yeah, I think you're journalists. We are. What's the definition of journalist? I own a magazine, Rich Lady. Oh, excuse me, Rich Lady. That's my label. A recognized magazine. I went to college, but it was for criminal justice. Okay? And mostly people who didn't go to college, what they have to do with being a journalist? Because you got a job, ESPN. Suppose they fire you. You got to come and do what we doing now. At least we get paid for it. I don't get a check yet because I didn't, do the monetize yet. Okay, can you say Salma? If you, what you say? Can you say what you said? I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Can you say Salma? You do. I'll describe. Salma. Subscribe, Salma. I sub. Don't worry. Yo, you funny. What's Salma? Salma, look, I don't have no back teeth, so and I'm in my 60s, so if I'm misquoting the same words wrong, you could, hey, hold it to my teeth, not me, because of war. I don't been to war, man. I'm in my 60s. I know I look young, but I'm a grandma, and but I love my Knicks. I love my Knicks. I know you love the Knicks, but I love sports. I played basketball. I was a point guard, but I got sick, so I couldn't play the next year. But I did well. I used to score like 17 points, and but I was always sick all the time. Like now I'm sick. Okay, say again. Laugh aloud in my teens. What's up, team? Hey, a sport fan is a sport fan, no matter what age, because there's no age limit on sports. That's why we all come together. It's like music. Music bring people together. You love my content? Thank you. I love you. You make sure you always show me love because I'm gonna show you love. You know what I'm saying? So I just wish we played better defense, but we got to get more people. And I wish someone go and work with Towns about fouling because that's the fans are having a fit about it, and we all having a fit. Just like somebody is working with what's his name? Um Robinson. They got him a coach to help him with his foul shot. Because in the playoffs, they gonna hack a Mitch. We're gonna be in trouble. So give me a Nick question, somebody. What is your concern about the Knicks right now? You wish me good luck. Thank you. We just need some defense and some because they put the work in. They at the gym all the time. We just gotta make sure they're not in the club drinking and hanging out because they always come in sluggish like they're tired. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure they're getting the proper food in their system, and they have trainers, but they need the right trainers because they get on that court. They act like sometimes they don't have no training. And I said, well, maybe they need to adjust their trainers. Do you think I did good on my Arabic exam? Well, I will ask you this: did you study? Because in any business or anything you're trying to achieve, you need to study your craft. When you study your craft night and day while everybody's partying, having a good time, you should pass. You should. That's how you pass, by studying, not by guessing, and not by, oh, I'm gonna memorize this for the test. Just highlight all the important parts in the book. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all the exam's gonna be about. The important part of each chapter, you go and highlight it, and that's what's gonna be on the exam. So you study, so hey, you're gonna get an A+ if you study. And you got a memory, you're gonna do well, if you're asking me. But back to the Knicks. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the West Conference right now. So you have Thunder. The OKC Thunder's 33 wins and 7 losses. And you talking about the Knicks? Suck? We don't suck. Then the Spurs, 27-12. You know the Spurs haven't been at this point since Tony Parker and them and Duncan. See, it's a lot of ballers out there. That's why and look at the Spurs. They got tall, athletic ballers. We got people look like they don't know how to play basketball on our bench. Why? You know? Okay, peace and love. Thank you for checking out, and thank you for subbing. Come back again, and I hope you get an A+. Then the Nuggets, 26-13. The Timberwolves, 26-14. Okay, so Towns came from the Timberwolves. So we pretty much have the same ratings, but we 25 and 14. They 26 and 14. So it's a win-win because that's the team Randall went to. Then you have the Suns and you have the Rockets. We could easily beat all these teams if we organize and buy into. We're gonna hustle every game for 48 minutes. We don't hustle together. We always mad about something. We're very emotional. If somebody don't do something, we yell at them on the court. Like Bridges, he was yelling at Towns. Like, how you yelling at him when you're not even showing up? Look at these last few games. He don't even show up until like 1 or 2 possessions. And we gave up 5 first-round picks for him. So I don't get when guys yell at each other if they missed assignment. You need to be worried about your assignment. You need to be handling your business because you getting handled on defense, Bridges. They calling him the Brooklyn Bridges. No, we should call him the Falling Bridges because he's making us fall. We might have to trade him and get somebody. I would trade Bridges for someone else if that was possible because I think he's the one holding us back on that wing. Yeah, he helped us in Boston. That's just facts. But that year's over. But this year, he shoots here and there. Like the other day, he got a couple of shots in the fourth quarter, but he waited a whole game before he got it. His defense is not up to par. Now he's 6'8". He got long wingspan, and I don't understand why he always having trouble throughout the game. But yet they on here dragging Towns. Talk about Bridges. He's our wing, and he's not even producing on the 48-minute run, and he giving all this play time. Maybe he should be on the bench, and it's not wrong going on the bench because the bench allows other people to see what they could do. People have like the bench. Oh, Towns got benched. So what? All the players gonna get benched. JB got benched. Everybody get benched. This is why I say I like to talk to players and fans who understand, the analyzation, how it goes down. You know what I mean? Okay, they said this message is held for review. You know what I mean? Okay, peace. See you on the next one, my friend. Get an A on that exam. You said, do you like anyone? I answer those. Just going through it to see if I missed anything. Who that? Riv F. What's that? RIV Slug. What's up, Slug? Riv Slug. I like your mask, man. What is that? Like a Spider Man or a street dude? What you do? You a trap dude? What you do? you, you trap? And so I just feel as though we have to do better. We have to show up, and we have to use our mental game because playing basketball or any sport is 90% neck up. You got to use your brain and see. That's where I think the Knicks are having an issue at the mental part. Like you watch film and you practice. I think you should have a session where you're dealing with their mental because they're making a lot of mental mistakes, and that's what wins you games. Your mental game. And don't forget the coach. I love you, Coach Brown, but we correct you too. We notice everything. The other day, if you had to call a foul and drew up a play, maybe Jalen Bronson would have thrown the ball to Keon Gray. Is that Case and Gray? What's his name here? And I said to myself, it takes a team from the coach to the floor. And he got all them coaches sitting on the bench. They should be yelling, take a timeout, coach. They just sitting there chewing gum. That's how they chew gum on the bench. Watch them on the Knicks bench. All they do is chew gum and don't say nothing. You got to get involved with your coach. You ain't got to tell him what to do, but you got to remind him what to do, just in case he's not thinking about it, you know? You know? So I'm just saying to all you Knick fans, it's not easy being a Knick fan. It's like being in an abusive relationship because they abuse us. Because the richest owner, Dolan, I've been watching him since the 70s. And it's been, some good times, some wonderful times, far as playing. But we talking now. It's now we got to deal with. The past is a closed chapter. This is a new chapter. It's 2026. I keep, these fans be like, oh, don't worry about the standards. We gonna be fine. Listen, you don't be fine not understanding what you need to fix. We have to all-star break about to come up. Y'all gotta sit down and talk. You can't just eat together. Y'all gotta sit down and brainstorm together without, oh, you did this wrong. No, that's not. You need someone to come in who specializes in mental game. Because JB, he has an ego. I don't care what anybody says. Jalen Brunson has a terrible ego. I watched his films. I went on, what's the show? I forget what channel it was. I went and watched some of his documentaries. He has such an ego. And he's from Jersey. I'm from Jersey in New York. And, all of him, Cat, they Jersey, New York all day. And Cat do not have an ego. He have a loyalty issue. He don't like when people not loyal. I can see it. But JB and his father, they like nepotism. They running the show, and it's causing us to lose some game. Yeah, JB is a clutch man, and he make us look good. He come through, but you got to look at the other side of him. He also holding us back from the breakthrough. Because as soon as he come up that court, he's bouncing that ball through like at least 70% of the seconds we have, and then he try to pass it. That's why people are able to read his reads because now he's up in the air or he's somewhere he trying to pass or he get doubled, trying to break through the double defense, split the double, and it does not working. Now he got some nice passes too, because JB is a full package. He just got to get his mental together. He got okay ball handle. He's I don't see no true ball handlers on the Knicks. Not one. I don't see no Allen Iversons. I don't see no CP. I don't see no ball handlers like that. Everyone else is like a C. I don't give them a B at all. They don't know how to handle the rock. So that's our issue to be from the tri-state. We should have a nasty ball handler at the point and put JB at the shooting guard because he like to shoot. But you got to handle the ball. You got to have some handles. They coming for you. It's going through your legs, behind your back. Woo, swoop, woo, woo, woo. That's what basketball in the tri-state is about. That Rutgers, that West Fourth, the North, the Connecticut. The best ballers come from those the courtyards. You know. But I can tell you this: when you go to the Garden, it's always packed. You know why it's always packed, in my opinion? Because you got three states. You got New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. The owner is Dolan. He's gonna always have the Garden packed, whether it be songs being sung on a different day or events. He's making money regardless because it's always somebody at the Garden. So that's why we don't get the players we want, because he's making his money regardless. Billions and billions come in. So it's no bankruptcy talk. Excuse me. You know, they always gonna make some money. And that's why a lot of times teams just fall, just like the Jets. They always gonna make their money. It's a tri-state. The Giants, they always gonna make their money. Because I'm gonna go up to the Bronx real quick. The late George Steinbrenner. He paid for the best players to come. And that's why the Yankees are still the baseball team that have some of the most powerful wins throughout the years. Because he will pay for players to come. See, the Knicks, they're paid one great player, maybe two, but they don't get no defense players. They get offense, you know? And that's just something they've been doing for years. But I never seen a ball handler, like an A-plus ball handler yet. I mean, I got to give credit to Crawford, the young brother Crawford. He got handles, but they didn't have such a good run. But Crawford definitely got some handles. He got some street handle. We need a street handle in the Garden, the Mecca. We need street handles, street ball handles. Some and one, woo, 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 and make some great passes and shots. And they could shake them and give them ankle problems. We need to experience that. We grew up with that, and not to see it is like it's boring. The game is boring. Watching we from the tri-state, from New York and Jersey and Connecticut. How we not have a and one as a point guard? There's no excitement. If you're talking to me, asking me. I mean, I love my Knicks, but I'm just pointing out. That's why I say I love good analyzation. You can analyze without being degrading. And then back to Dolan. He's a stubborn guy because he's a billionaire. Whoever owns it, they call the shots. You know how it goes. And so I think on his interview the other day, and you can see it on YouTube. You can pull it up. James Dolan. He said he's not gonna make no major trades. We don't know who's telling the truth. Everybody, these people lie so much. Um, Before the trade deadline, which is I think February 5th of this year, next month. Okay, that means he's not getting Giannis because that's the only big trade he's talking about. And I'm glad. I don't want to bust up the team for him. If you're gonna bring Giannis in, that's something you think for next season. I wouldn't dare have a team to go through all this trouble, and then you got to trade 4 or 5 people to get this guy who always hurt. Oh well, he could play. He could play defense. He can. He can. Once in a while, he could do an outside shot, and he's doing better on his free throws. He is an impact player. But I just want to see how this team play out this year. I'm all for it next year. This year, to blow up the team when we got a new coach, we got beautiful play when it's working and when they playing right and they not giving up. Because the Knicks gave up a few games. You could see they gave up. You can't give up. That's on your leader. Jalen Brunson got to change his attitude. You're going to have to become a better leader, because this team is rooting for you. You and Cat and Mitch and the whole team. Y'all gotta become inspirational at this point. Because what I witnessed the other day when y'all gave up, I said this is not new. And people say, oh, ever since the cup they didn't play good. Yes, they played good. I didn't like the schedule. Adams need to fix the schedule. That was wrong. Having play like that, and flying all over the world. They was wrong. The Spurs shouldn't have to play like that either because they was in the last 2 games. They should have. Whoever got in the finals, they should have pushed their schedule back. And because you need like 3 to 5 days rest off, like a championship. That was a championship. It was a tournament, but it's still the preparation, the running around, the flying. If you're going to keep that in the league, you're going to have to fix that schedule when they get back home. Because no way both teams shouldn't have had that problem. And then back to Dolan. He can always make his money. So he's letting uh, the general manager cook. He's letting everyone do their job to a certain degree. I could see something moving. I just don't see true bowlers. I see good players. You know, we need some bowlers. And, I'm not going to hold you up too much longer, maybe another 15 minutes and I'm going to get off. But I just think I can't emphasize it enough. We need defenders and bowlers. If we bring in more point guards, we're gonna lose. Because when we hit the West, they are tall. And Mitch can't even keep up with him because he moves like an old man with his ankle. So he's going to get run over. You see how 76ers ran him over? Because he can't keep up with that speed. He's damaged goods. And then you have Towns. You already know he's size 20 sneakers. He definitely not going to keep up because that's not his thing. Why everybody get mad at him? That's not what he do. Like, what is wrong with y'all? The only one who played defense that, like everyone said around the league, is Deuce. Deuce is and Hart. Deuce and Hart, they into street ball. They give you that street mentality. But I give it to Hart. Hart is he's the heartbeat of the Knicks. He's doing a whole lot of everything and a whole lot of nothing at the same time. He make me laugh when he falling over, doing something silly. I said, but at least he played with his heart. He is one guy who gonna give you 48 minutes or whatever minutes he get. He running up and down that court. If everyone did that, we'll have our squad. But you can't expect that when they got all that stuff on the bench. Oh, we got a bench now. No, we don't. We don't have a bench because you got 4 or 5 trash on that bench. You can't even sell them for $1. There's no value in them. You got to give them away or just waive them and take the L. When you have a bench, it's like Pacers last year. They had a bench. Everyone who came in was balling. OKC, they got a bench. When the starters come out, the bench come in, you don't know the difference because they all ball. Then you have Spurs got a bench. Celtics have a bench. The Knicks, I don't know. Leon, you got to learn how to work on that bench because you're asphyxiated with offense. We need that. We got that. We need the bench to look like the rest of the NBA. True athletic ballers. Stop bringing in this G League mentality. Players, they suck. They never NBA ready. Giving up a spot like that when you got Dink out there. You got Dink out there. I'll take him out because he looked like a baller. Who else? McCullins, he come off to me like he think he better than what he is. I said, man, I'll get rid of him because this boy missed more shots, miss assignments. I be watching him. He too tall to not be developed. Now, I won't necessarily trade McCullins because it looked like he could get better. But if I had to, I'll pull the trigger on him. Let me see. Didier, McCullum, Jameson, Huckporty, and Ubasabi, whatever. Just wasting our time. We can't utilize you. And when you get in, you don't know your assignment. I'm watching you. You playing tennis. We need ballers. We need people who was born to play ball. This your girl, Jersey Champagne. I'm signing off, and thank you for hanging out with me. I'll talk to y'all again either tomorrow after the game or the next morning, and I'll chime in. And thank you for hanging out with you, lady. You just made me feel so special. But I'll be back. Peace, y'all. Peace.